Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
When people say we have freedom in the United States of America, we don't really. Money is freedom.
This is true. Money is freedom.
If you're a 35-year-old disabled adult child, you don't have freedom like, let's say, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton. Frankly, there's really not a whole lot I can do because I have no money.
But hard work. I mean, look, those people, a lot of them, not all of them.
They say America is the place to be.
It is the place to be.
If you're a billionaire. But, realistically speaking, if you have less than $2,000, you don't have freedom. And with that said, some people say, oh, you could get a job. So how about, hypothetically speaking, let's say you think you should be a late-night talk show host or a movie star. All right, go get freedom. Nobody's going to lock you in jail if you speak your mind on social media. So go get freedom by stocking shelves at a supermarket or serving coffee. You know what? I don't want to serve coffee. I want to be like pop superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I want to be a famous artist, and
Yeah.
I know I do okay with my art, and I enjoy my art. But I know I'm not going to be a famous artist, and I'm not going to delude myself. I had to work hard every step of the way to have what I have in my life.
Yeah, right. So ultimately, I mean, there are very few Lady Gagas. There are very few people who succeed in Hollywood, and
Luck.
It's a little bit of luck, but it is hard work and determination to an extent.
Like, look at American Idol,
Yeah.
right? That was a popular show where a lot of kids went on and they had
Let's stick with the money freedom. I know we're getting back into the Lady Gaga one. Let's stick with money and freedom. So some people say, if you speak your mind on social media, they're not going to lock you in prison because we have freedom of speech. But they could easily suspend your account if you're saying something that's a little too controversial and you don't agree with their political agenda or whatever. I mean, it's not like
it's not that they do.
Yeah, and it's not like it's
So there is no freedom.
It's
perceived.
There is no freedom, and ultimately, sometimes I feel like I'm in a cocoon, or sometimes I feel like I'm in like this little shell, and and they say, oh no, you have the whole wide world available to you. It's not like some it's not like some country like North Korea where if you speak your mind, they're going to lock you in prison. Well, I mean, in a way, I don't have money, and I think I don't have freedom, and I think it's really that simple. I mean, if you have money,
but that's your perception.
That's
your perception of what you don't have.
What?
You have opportunity, and with opportunity comes freedom.
Right.
This country still provides some opportunity. Other countries don't.
Right.
You have opportunity.
Well, okay. So it's
and you have support systems.
So it's significantly better than North Korea, Russia, China.
People, did you ever hear the expression?
Cuba.
The chains that we have, the chains that tie us, are our own chains.
Yeah, I know some people. Some people say, my chains are internal; they're not maternal. I know Dr. Garrett said it's like the Mobius experiment. Even if maybe at one time there was like a fish tank, and the fish tank was cut in half, and the fish could only swim on one side of the fish tank, and they got accustomed to being a prisoner kind of. And then when they removed the divider in the fish tank, the fish bowl, the fish for a while only swam up to where the divider was and wouldn't swim in the whole side of the tank.
Because that's what they were used to.
So ultimately, even if your chains were at one time, whatever, now, I have a whole wide world available to me, So, you realize I have the whole bowl to swim in, the Mobius fishbowl experiment. You can swim, I can go anywhere. And unfortunately, what limits me from going anywhere? I don't have money. I'm financially dependent. You know what I mean?
There's still places and things that you can go and do.
Right.
That are out there without money. There's a lot of things you can go.
No, yeah, and I do the open mic nights, which is relatively inexpensive. But unfortunately, I'm on a very minimal budget at the moment. And
so you can work towards changing.
But ideally, if I did have money, I could really go anywhere. Nobody.
And you can work towards changing that.
Exactly, and that is
what it is.
What it is.